What's up, collective? It's your girl, Honey the Shaman here, and I have a reading for you. But before we start, I was living a life of sin, and then the divine stepped on in, and now I feel saved. Okay, let's start off with some tarot cards, because that's what I'm feeling called to. Somebody was definitely giving you the evil eye. And for some of you guys who have children, and they're giving your children the evil eye as well. Very angry because you have children. The color yellow on this deck here I have is sticking out, and yellow is representation of the solar plexus. It could be the confidence of a child, or for some of you guys, it's been since your childhood. You guys have had people who were like jealous of you because you were so confident. You're beautiful. My star seed deck is sticking out at me because you're a star seed. Yeah, it's a lot of weird stuff here. And you're very beautiful. Some of you guys have been so beautiful since you were a child. And you guys had other people, like for some of you, you're a woman, right? And for some of you guys, this is a male. But you guys had like people who, since you were young, were like, you're gonna grow up to be a beautiful woman, or you're gonna grow up to be a handsome man. And they were like already triggered by that and like trying to like attack it. They were trying to do stuff to make you rough around the edges. They wanted you to be like broke for some of you guys. This is giving like personal insecurities that they had with their own peers. And they felt like you, because you were a child, you were an easy target to kind of like leash that insecurity onto with no consequences as they would get for trying to target somebody their own, pick on someone your own size type of energy here. But you emerged here like a rose that grew from concrete. We have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse to the Four of Pentacles. So if this is giving the energy of somebody thought that they had the power to like trap up your life here. Some of these people could have done things to make you promiscuous, or some of you guys, this person's hand is like covering their, Some of these people, like this could have been friends of the family members here, parents, friends, parents, lovers, a parental figure, whatever, right? They thought they had the ability to do certain things to trap up your life and stop you from reaching your potential. Like other people who they perceive to be as attractive or as talented or whatever traits you showed as a child that let them know you were destined to be more or attractive or whatever this is. They wanted to like stifle you young so you couldn't become the very same as the people who are like similar to that they know. Like you couldn't be as beautiful as them. You couldn't have a relationship like them. You couldn't like, this was their plan here. It's like trying to take out on a child what they can't do to other adults. Like that's really what's coming out here. Some of you guys who had a mother who had a best friend here. This is not for all of you, but some of you guys specifically, there's a dark-skinned woman who was close to your mother. She was so jealous of you here. That's coming through very strong. Always has something to say too as well. For some of you, this could be an aunt. They didn't want you to get married here. They thought that maybe you would find a better husband than them or a wife, depending on what your gender is and how you identify with the reality around yourself. Speaking from a feminine perspective, it's like these women felt like you were going to marry rich, or you were going to get like a husband better than theirs. So they wanted to make you like low self-esteem, accept the less. Like some of them, they could have told you like, oh, 5-second rule, eat off the floor. Like they didn't give you etiquette. They didn't teach you femininity. They didn't invest in your femininity. Some of them, they could have weaponized your energy like against you, right? But they weren't able to hold you back here. You came here like with this energy within you. See how this is like in her solar plexus? You came to this earth with this energy inside of you already. Like what they were intimidated by wasn't something that was on you, it was in you. So you were born with this thing. So they weren't able to touch this no matter however they want. For some of you guys, these could have been people who mess with your father, because this male in this Ten of Pentacles over here hiding his money, that person is sticking out for me. This could have been feminine energies who wanted your father to invest in them a certain way. Or if this is the other way around, this could have been masculine energies who wanted to use your mother for her money. This is giving like parental figures, lovers. If your parents were not together, and if they were together, these are like their friends or aunts or cousins in their age group, right? But those of you, like the analogy that I'm getting is like, these are feminine energies who wanted your let's just put it how I'm getting it, and you put it where it needs to go in your story. Feminine energies who wanted your father to like trick on them, spend money on them, be like I don't know, like the word I'm getting is simp, but I don't like that word. But like be like a simp towards them, and like the father figure wasn't. Maybe your father figure is very attractive for some of you guys. They wanted him to be like a doormat for them, a trick, like basically. And he wouldn't. So it's like, but they looked at you and felt like you were the type of woman who would be able to get a handsome or wealthy man to do these things for you, and they attacked you for it. Like some of you guys were being attacked because your parent is attractive. Or even if it's the same sex here, you could have been a woman and your mother's lovers. These men were attacking you because they felt like you were too good or something, or they could do something to you that they couldn't do to your mom, or she would stop messing with them, or your father. However the gender here fits as well. It's it's collective. Yeah, it's they're also saying that with this blue cape here, energy of protection, your parental figure was supposed to protect you from these people, and I don't think that they did. It's giving this energy like I'm getting off this corset. You see how I was covered in like jewels and stuff like that? It's giving this energy like this parental figure was too self-absorbed to realize that they had a weakness on the outside of their body. Not to call you a weakness, or I'd rather say like a vulnerability on the outside of their body here. They were too self-absorbed in the attention and the people who wanted them and liked them and the glitz and the glam, or whatever this is, how people sweated them, right? Because it's giving whoever these feminine energies were, these people were who were like reaching for their pocket. You guys can see how this person's like reaching for this pocket, and this person's trying to keep their money away from them. Like whatever this is, they didn't recognize that they had a child here that was just as abundant, just as attractive, just as much of a target as they were. They were too busy focusing on what they had, protecting their money from like these leeches here. Didn't realize that this person or these people who were in their life wanted this no matter where they were going to get it from, whether it was them or their children. They were too focused on themselves here. So that's what the divine is saying, that this parental figure was supposed to be more self-aware, that they had a vulnerability on the outside of their body that they were supposed to be protecting. They were not the only target here. They didn't recognize that. Yeah, you guys had a lot of bitter feminines around you. Aunties here, no matter what gender you are, you guys could have had aunts that were mean to you. It's giving an aunt here. Or your aunt and her friends. Something is going on here where there's a feud between your parents and their siblings, or like their spouse and their spouse's siblings. Something like that is here too, where they were like just so bitter toward you here. And a lot of them are still bitter. Like even if this was something that like stems from the past, they still have this bitter energy toward you because they still see you like you're stepping on gold. See the feet here is what's sticking out to me. They still see you as like it didn't work. Like whatever they thought they were going to do to try to like stifle you or make you small or make you less than you're not less than. You're everything that they thought that you would be. And it's triggering the freak out of these people here. And they don't like your parent. Your parent doesn't know this though, because your parent is giving you guys have a self-absorbed parent. They're so absorbed with themselves. Some of you guys have that parent that just think they all that in a bag of chips. They think that they're so cute. I'm so this, I'm so that. Everybody want to be with me. Everybody like me. Look at my money. Look at this. Or like however that translates in your story. You know, it doesn't have to be like specifically that, but there's something here, and the parent can't see that these people are jealous of them. You're smiling in your face, all around want to take your place. The backstabbers. Especially if like your parent is in a relationship with somebody, the persons they're in a relationship with, their siblings don't like your parent, and your parent doesn't know this here. And there's an energy that's showing that like there's some jealousy. Maybe your parent is better than the person that they're with. Some of these people are single, they don't even have partners. There's a jealousy here. Some of you guys, like I said, you could be star seeds. Your parent is a star seed too. And it's just, they just can't see it. Some of you guys have to get away from these people, because it's like your parent is just so good, you know, out there. So you got to get away from them. Yeah, somebody tried to do something to stop you from being abundant here, or being seen abundant. There's definitely some reputation slander coming through involving this family. I'm seeing feathers. Somebody could have also tried to make you look a mess. Maybe when you were younger, they used to do stuff to you to make you look ugly. Some of you guys didn't want to get your hair cut. They didn't want to get your hair done. They got your hair done in a certain way to make you look a certain way. Like they were attacking you, but very covertly, so the parent wouldn't pick up on it. At the same time, while stroking the ego of this parent to be able to milk them for whatever they can get. Something like that was going on too. This parent is really up in the clouds here. And the reason I think my focus is so heavy on that parent figure is because that's where the divine's focus is here. Whatever, I'm not gonna get that. So we have justice here. You're gonna get justice for whatever these people did, are doing. You're not gonna hear about something though, or something is not being said. Or maybe you got some justice in the past involving your self-image here. Somebody was comparing, if you guys have a sibling here, like a half sibling, this, like I said, this person could have been comparing their child with your parent to you. There's some form of triangulation here. So this lets me know there's 9 times out of 10 a narcissist somewhere in the bunch. Could be several of them. Something is not being said about some form of triangulation though, or some form of comparison. Some of you guys are going to marry someone here that's going to trigger a level of insecurity in whoever this main feminine is going to really push them into this place where they truly start to compare your sibling to you or something like that. Look, resentful towards you having everything here. And then we have the Tower at the end of the deck with the Temperance here. And then we also have the Ace of Swords, which lets me know that they're going to be very triggered because they did a lot to lie on you. They were trying to hide you from people, utilizing some form of gossip here. And it didn't work with the 7 of Wands in the reverse. And all of this gossip and all of this pettiness is going to go back onto that feminine who's been hiding themselves from this parent who only cares about money. See? Jeez Louise. This is ghetto. Again, a little ghetto, ain't it? Oh, gosh. Yeah. Somebody's going to be getting a divorce. Somebody's going to be getting a divorce. Somebody's spouse is going to be divinely taken from them here. Or they're going to try to, like, do something to make you get a divorce when you get married, or if you're already married. But the divine is saying nobody could ever shut a door that God opened. The only time anything would ever work would be to A, seal them into the karma, and also B, to move you out of a situation you're not supposed to be in. They will never be able to touch something that is there because God needs it to stay. Only thing that will ever be left open enough for an enemy to touch is something that God himself is okay with being removed. So you don't have anything to really worry about when it comes to that. We have the 2 of Pentacles to the 9 of Cups in the reverse here. These people, their desire for you to have nothing is completely irrational here. See how the stars are coming out of the head? Like, why do they not want you to have anything? That's what the divine is kind of saying. Like, this is irrational. Is the energy that's coming out with that is severely irrational. You didn't, like, it's jealousy. Jealousy here. Jealousy involving situations that happened long before some of you were even born here. Or maybe you were born, but you were so little that, like, you understand what I'm saying? It's like these people just feel like you're an easy target to take out everything that they hate. Because some of you guys represent something that they feel rejected from, or they feel like they're not. And you're the closest thing that they have access to. Yeah, I'm being drawn to another deck. Let's see if anything else comes out. And not only you, this parent figure. Not only you, the both of you do. But why do they want the parent around then? If they're triggered this way, but something is a double entendre. They want to keep you away from this parent. So some of you guys could have somebody come in between you and the parent's relationship in some way. Or they feel like the parent doesn't give to them because of you. Something's here. Something is here. An underlying argument that happened. Like some anger or resentment. Something is here. Like maybe your parent, there's an argument between this parent and this lover here. And something is like the lover didn't want your parent to give you something or do something for you. And the parent, it was a pushback, and then there's this energy here. For some of you guys, the lover did spell work. But for others of you guys, this is just the way the situation played out. But this parent was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it. Whatever. I don't want to argue with you. But when this happened and the parent chose not to do something for you or give something to you, they also stopped doing it for this lover. And I heard their children. So now this lover is like resentful toward you because they blame you when this, like I said, this is again something to do with adults and you were like a child when this happened. But it's like ever since this argument happened, this parent uses it as a clutch not to give to this lover, not to show up some sort of way. Something like that is here. So you're being blamed for something you don't know about as well. This is definitely giving there's a narcissist in this person's life. It's not to say because of how this parent is showing up like, oh, look at me, money, this, look at everybody wants me. This parent also gives narcissists. But it's giving they're in a relationship with another narcissist here, but like a covert one. Yes, giving this was a backfire. They tried to be spiteful towards you and then got the door slammed in their face in some sort of way. Even if they were able to keep the parent, they lost a part of them or access to something. Or that it gave the parent the room to be stingy with something here. Something like that is going on as well. So this person blames you for the problems in their relationship. Again, you were a child. Some people need help. Some of this stuff is, involving their own childhood, their own brokenness. Yeah, you're being guided to stay away from this person and these people. And if you have your own children, keep your own children away from these people too, because they'll just take it out on your kid. The next best target. That's what I heard. You also have to make sure you are keeping your child's head covered when they're sleeping and cleansing. You see that hat? Make sure your child knows you love them. Make sure it's not a question in the world that your child knows you love them. Because for some of these people, they'll do their best to plant bad seeds to make your child feel, to come in between you and your child. Others of these people, they're dating a witch, a closeted witch, and they'll be trying to send energy to cause a rift between you and your child here. So you have to make sure your child knows that you love them. Make sure you keep a loving relationship with your kid. Deeper than just you take care of them, or genuinely invest in loving your kid, because this could be a witch in some sort of way for others of you here. Look, this wife or this girlfriend, this baby mama, the Empress in the reverse. Yep. They're already investigating how to get close to your kid. You see how this glowing thing looks like a magnifying glass, and how this person's squinting, they're already trying to see how to, if you have any weak spots between you and your child. So don't tell your parent or this person about any issues going on in your house either. oh, you know, we're having problems with this, or they're doing it. Like, don't talk about your child to these people. Don't say anything about your child to these people. They're looking for an access point of weakness here. Stay away from that. Stay away from that. Stay away from them. And look, because they don't want you to have a close relationship here. They came in between you and your parent, and they want to come in between you and your child. This is also somebody who wants to isolate you. So this is, like I said, a narcissistic connection where this person seeks to control any and everybody around them. They want to keep you isolated, as narcissists do, even if it's from your own children. This is somebody who feels like they control you. I'm hearing, you don't own me. This person may want to try to send you some money here. I'm feeling skeptical about that. Yeah, be skeptical about this person wanting to send you money, because you don't need some sort of problems. This person could have some sort of financial karma. It's given they have some sort of, this person, this is another reason why this parental figure could have shut down what given to them. This person did something and they have financial karma here. Even if they don't show up this way, they may have money, they may live a certain, like whatever it is, because this is narcissist, and I don't think that this parent would be with them if they could feel like they couldn't flex some sort of way with this person. It's coming out that this person has some sort of financial karma, and they want to send you some sort of money. For some of you guys, like just naturally, you don't want to be attached to this person's finances in any way, because they have some money karma here. Whether they got money the wrong way, or they did something, or they didn't take care of their children, or whatever this is, they have some form of financial karma here. And they want to send you some money here. Don't take it, because you just don't want to be tangled up in their financial karma. And others of them, if they're dabbling in witchcraft, they want to send you the money with the karma. They have a lot of resentment in them. Because the financial karma could be because of them standing in between your parent taking care of you. Look, you were left out in the cold. Some of you guys is giving, I'm seeing a journey of discovery. I'm finding you and finding me. Half and half. It's giving half and half. Like they could have stood in between this parent taking care of you here. Made sure they went out of their way, and it hit their own finances. That could be the thing that the parent had to fight about, or it could have been the backfired of a spell work or something, and the parent stopped taking care of them. Something like that has happened here. This person has karma when it comes to money, and it's giving me it's involving because you were neglected somehow financially. Empty promises. It could have also been love. It could have also been love here. Making the parent dislike you or hate you with the King of Cups in the reverse. And this parent ain't no child. So they're equally responsible for whatever they allowed to happen here. Something about purple berries, blue balls, withholding, intimacy from this parent if the parent didn't comply or something like that was going on. Or maybe this parent, and I'm also seeing this high hill. The bottom of this hill stick out. It's giving me like, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to give you the boot. So something about this person being attached to this lover because of some form of stability or something like that. They had a hand on somebody's stability or something. They got something going on. They made a decision towards plotting on you in some sort of way that didn't really work out or pan out the way that they hoped that it would. Yeah, they didn't give you equal give and take. They didn't give you a connection. They didn't give you love. You weren't accepted here. So I could be speaking to like the scapegoat here, scapegoated child for many of you. God was watching all of this. And this look that I'm seeing is like furious at these two, especially if you guys were like taken in by this couple. Either way, it's like there's a level of them using you as like the stomping grounds for each other so that they could stay together. So this is definitely like a scapegoating situation. Like they are not fully honest with each other here. And then like using you as their punching bag in order to not punch on each other. Because if they punch on each other, they would lose each other, and they're codependent for whatever reason this is that they have going on. They wouldn't want nobody to know because they want to show off here. But we have the Knight of Swords stagnant in relation to you. Let's get another card. I need a little bit more. A lie. They don't want somebody to know the truth when it comes to you. About some sort of ending. What caused an ending? Maybe you guys have pulled away from this family. And something involving why you're not as stable in life or something like that. Some of you guys, this could have something to do with something intimate as well. They don't want some people to know the truth surrounding this. But their life is showing as a representation of something. They're getting some bad karma somewhere for something that they had, something that they did or that they didn't do. These people are not off the hook for something. They thought they were going to just be able to get away with doing dirt. They lost something when they turned against you. And they're paying for it though. Now their choices, because this right here fell underneath the Four of Wands here. Their choices to try and stagnate you. Everything they did to not take care of you, or like even this parent figure would utilize, this parent figure even utilized this person to get out of taking care of you as well. They wanted to do it this way. They didn't want to, like, nobody to have any sort of this person is like very money motivated. They didn't want they didn't want to take care of you. So if this person was going to pose a problem about them taking care of you, they were going to make a fuss about it, but then secretly deep down they were happy to not do it. That's also coming out right here. But something is lost here. It's like whatever they were blessed with by God is giving spiritual dowry. Whatever they were blessed with by God to take care of you with and they didn't do is going to be taken back from them. And then this person's thigh and his boot is sticking out to me. That's making me think of when they take the marriage thing off the leg at the wedding. Something was done on a marriage certificate as well. And then the death card came out. Somebody could have wagered you as a sacrifice on their wedding, like for their, like as a part of their bride price or something like that. For some of you, this is getting real dark. For some of you guys, this parental figure could have offered you up as a sacrifice as a part of a marriage contract, or offered you up as a sacrifice to their partner or something like this. Something was related to you in alignment with some sort of marriage certificate between these two people if they're married here. Some of you guys, this could just be a contract. Some of you guys, this is a like just as simple as getting an apartment together and both their names on a lease. There's a contract here where somebody offered you up as a sacrifice. The contract doesn't show anything to do with that, but it was done spiritually. Like when they signed something, they signed you over, or something weird they tried to do here. Even though, you know, we're coming into a place where people have to wake up. You can't really sign your child over because God is not giving us a child. He's giving a child to us, right? So that child still belongs to him. You can't sacrifice or give away something that doesn't belong to you. So, good luck with that. Yeah, to stop you from going forward in life here. You could have been given as a sacrifice in some sort of way here to help this feminine move forward. But this is being considered as an imbalance. This was messed up here. So it's like not only did they not take care of you, not only did they not help you move forward, they also tried to offer you as a sacrifice. But whatever this is didn't work. It wasn't accepted. It was blocked. They didn't know this though. They went off and got married and lived their life and tried to live in relation to this thing like it was happening here. And it was canceled a long time ago. Now they're trapped in their head because they may have just picked up on it, but they already did so many things in relation to whatever this is that they tried to sign over or do. They already made several decisions. Somebody doing witchcraft right now. They don't like that I'm telling on them. I can always pick it up. Anyways, yeah, now they're trapped in their head because they already did several things to you that was messed up because they thought that they got away with doing this ritual here. But the ritual didn't work. So now they're stressed out because now they're like, well, where is all the backfire going? And dang, did I just get karma for everything that I did? This is a wake-up call here. So this person is waking up out of the bed. Major wake-up call. Major wake-up call here. They never wanted you to find out the fact that they deliberately worked to stop you from being able to move forward in life. And they also did some sort of spell work to stop you from moving forward as well and to keep you impoverished. You see how she's carrying that stick with that sack on it? They also wanted to do something to keep you in poverty. So put you somewhere where you would be living an impoverished life. But you were born abundant. Some of you guys you're giving royalty. You're giving starseed. Some of you guys were very high honored beings in your past lives. So, they say, well, when you die, you can't take it with you. Well, here's the thing. Some of that stuff, when you reincarnate, will find you again. So you lived a life where you were wealthy. You owned land. You're going to reincarnate and live a life. And a lot of times you will start off somewhere in relation to that, because life, we're continuously growing, not linearly. It's all circular, but we're growing. So if you're at a place in your existence where your soul is growing from having a certain level of abundance, that's going to resume. And you're going to have to continue to grow. People can't just find something out or just decide, no, we want you in poverty, and your soul is not in that vicinity at all. It's not your friend can't say, oh, I have economics this year. You take algebra instead, but I want you to take my economics class and just start bringing you to economics with them. You're not taking economics. You're taking algebra. You understand what I'm saying? It's just like people who try to force you in economics and your soul is not there. Or they try to touch your curriculum on earth. That's not how this place works. Now they're doing spell work okay, who cares? Anyways. The high priestess stagnant. They definitely didn't want you finding out about this. For some of you guys, if you're spiritualists, they didn't want you waking up to this. They didn't want you to find the magic within. They didn't want you to find your own gifts. So these are people who knew you were gifted but tried to hide you from yourself. They felt very inferior toward you. These are people who could have known you or something, or someone high level, someone who was highly spiritual, and they try to hide it. They try to hide it from you on purpose here. Don't think your parent didn't know either that you were a star seed. Look, the star card. Jeez Louise. And now they can't go back. They messed up super bad. They can't go back. Yep. Something happened when you stopped talking to these people or when you got into an argument with somebody here. We have the World card in the reverse of the Page of Cups in the reverse. A cycle ended here. Some of you guys had a cycle here. Could have been a lover with this Page of Cups. You took your power back in some sort of situation here and something ended. Something completely closed down. Somebody was trying to siphon your confidence. I heard siphon your ingredients. Queen of Cups here, by wounding you. They wanted to siphon your confidence by leaving you in a wounded state, like you were when you were a child. God is saying that the only reason you were able to be wounded as a child was I heard a grace period. But what I'm picking up on is they were being tested to see how far they would go. what they would do to you if they thought they could do whatever they wanted. Who would you be if nobody was watching? And then I'm seeing him take a feather and place it on a scale next to a heart. They're being tested here. But they didn't know that. The Hermit card in reverse. They didn't know that. So these are people who just didn't fully understand what they were living in here. They were never supposed to hurt you. They were supposed to love you. Hurting you was never permissible. It was never an option here. Hurting you is just something that they did because they thought they were getting away with something. The whole time God was just testing them. What would you do with the innocent soul if I left them in your care and you didn't know I was watching you, energy? Some of these people were approached by people in the industry. I'm not gonna show you what I see, but there's a specific record label that just stood out to me. So if you guys have some sort of gifts or talents or something like that, singers, rappers, modelers, artists, fashion, whatever it is, your talents were revealed when you were younger. And they got approached by somebody in some form of music industry here. It's giving secret society. This is something that's hidden. They were told to help them hide your divinity from you. So they didn't want them to, they wanted them to do stuff so that you would never know that you were divine. Because they wanted to use you for their own good. Some of these people wanted to make you super promiscuous as well. Now they're saying they can't go back because they tried to corrupt one of God's children. Some of you guys are chosen. These people lied as well to try to make it seem like they succeeded at making you promiscuous, but they didn't. Now they're sad because these people know that they lied. And they have karma for how bad they hurt you and how bad they hurt you when you were a child. This feminine energy is trying to like plead their case. They've been revealed, exposed in some sort of way. People know about that too, about having had forcibly tried to make you a promiscuous person since you were a child. I feel like throwing up. I don't know what that was about. Something about that specific. Somebody's going to be exposed for being a part of a pyramid skib. A pyramid scheme. Why I say skib? That makes me think of Squid Games. And also trying to sell you out. Somebody wears like fancy shirts. There's an old Caucasian man that's coming through here who wears like golf shirts. They could golf. He's involved. He's older. He's bald headed here. He doesn't have to be fully bald. He can have some like patches of hair somewhere. It's definitely grayed out, or he could be completely bald. He's involved as well. Something to do with a cup. Somebody tried to give you something in a cup. He had a hand in something. Getting you touched. By sending her to do it. Now somebody is side-eyeing her or side-eyeing them. Somebody's being side-eyed because now they have the divine on their back. Karma caught up. And whoever the white guy is looking at you some sort of way that they didn't see before. That you are love. How did this card get in here? What's the Five of Cups? You are love here. There's some sort of sadness sticking out. How did that card get in there? What the heck? How would I not have seen it? Okay, let's pull a couple of these cards here. And I'm hearing that, know that you are love. Okay, so this is what we have so far. This card is in the reverse. It says, I am whole. Wholeness I was about to say in repeat. Somebody wanted somebody to repeatedly break you down. To make you dark. But it's giving, instead of making you dark, it made you confront your darkness. Confront your shadow side, and now you're balanced. You're not a dark person, but you have a shadow here. And it's not evil, it's balanced. You don't hide from yourself. You know who you are here. This deck has a card named Ferocious Femininity. I thought it was going to be here. Ferocious femininity. Let's see if it's at the top or something. Sometimes that happens. I'll see a part and it just be right there. And yeah, you guys are very strong now. Light and dark, day and night, yin and yang energy. All you did was confront your shadow and become stronger. Do you guys want to know what card I just flipped over? Ferocious femininity. Did I just say that? Okay, we gotta do some symbols for me. Hand symbols for me. I love that. That was so awesome. That's always a big pick me up. You come out, period. In the reverse, we have blessed you hope in the reverse. They wanted you never to have any hope. They wanted you never to feel like God was going to come back for you. That you were just going to be punished and harmed. They were trying to, since you were a child, configure a mentality where you thought that you were, they were trying to install, or that's not the word I'm looking for, bestow. They were trying to bestow certain, what's the terminology? Let's just say perspectives. That's not the word I'm looking for. But certain perspectives or ideas isn't the word either. There's a word, I just can't find it right now. Principles that they wanted you to think about yourself or think about God or the world to govern your own thought process and your reality. So you guys were going through certain things that are not natural, are not your portion, but they were deliberately doing to you to try to coach your understanding of who God is and what he would allow. They were doing this on purpose since you were a child. If I was to give you an example of like kind of what this means, like, let's say every time something happened to you, you would go for help and nobody would help you. They wanted you to grow up your whole life feeling like you can't speak out because if you say something, people wouldn't help you. You understand what I'm saying? Or like anytime you did something wrong, you didn't have, like, you would get like the corporal punishment, the worst type of punishment. So you would grow up thinking, people are going to, it's okay for people to like punish me really bad or call me a liar. Like things that just didn't make any sense. They were doing this on purpose because they were like, they were positioned to do so. Like they were, they were tasked by darkness to do so here. November sanctuary. Some of you guys could have been kept in a house quite often here. Could have been put on punishment quite often. You weren't allowed out. You had to find companionships in the spirit realm with that black cat here. You were never alone. Some of these people could have wanted you to go crazy. It's giving a sane asylum with this black and this white shirt here. They were definitely trying to do something to your mental health when you were a child. And the reverse, it said witch of the woods and healing. They never wanted you to heal something here. The pain that they caused you. I feel called to some dice. Let's just see if anything else comes out here. Nope, let's pull the dice. See what the dice want to tell us. Let's see what the dice want to tell us. I'm gonna roll it. I love how that ferocious femininity card came right out. That was awesome. I'll be like, we tapped in. Okay, let's see what comes out here. Let's get the manual. Somebody has to do some studying. I'll learn them one day. I don't have to right now. I have the manual. It's in good tact. Okay, awesome. So the first thing we have out here is Neptune, right? And we have that being cleared by the number 6. Neptune is coming out to tell us that pertaining to shadows of the mind, intuitive forces not of this world, a number 6, you were able to hone and merge yourself with your spirituality as a child because you were kept in solitude so often. So something was counterproductive to whatever they were trying to do. A lot of you guys found touch with your spiritual side. You were able to hone in on connecting to spirituality, even if you weren't fully awake then. You didn't know that's what was going on or that's what happened. The divine utilized your solitude to connect with you. and to have a deeper connection to you. So something was a backfire here. And it also helped you not lose your mind. What I'm getting with that is like, how do I put this? Like, some people go through such big awakenings. The first severe version of that, the dark night of the soul, and they don't make it out because they have a hard time re-grasping reality once they get merged with spirituality. This is why you see some people are, well, there's different reasons why you'll see certain spiritual people kind of like tapped out. A lot of them, they get attacked, they get targeted. But there's also another version of this where somebody didn't overcome the dark night of the soul and they don't know how to re-ground themselves into reality after they've been woken up. Because you spent so much time in solitude as a child, you were able to take a gradual process with some of you guys. The spirit is saying you weren't forced alone. You chose to be by yourself. For some of you guys too, so you could have chose to stay in your room. You could have chose to be in a book. You didn't want to be bothered by people. This was because spirit was like waking you up gradually and slowly integrating you in some sort of way. The next thing we have out here is Sagittarius. And that's being clarified by the number 5 here. Sagittarius is coming to tell us that in search of the truth, dauntless, positively seeking positively seeking calmness, longing for adventure. 5. They wanted you to be a very negative person. They wanted you to be somebody who self-isolated. This is definitely psychological warfare against a child in order to ruin them for their future. Yeah, and they really wanted you to believe that that's all that there was to life. They never wanted you to go looking for greater, for more. And I'm hearing, till you come back to me, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Luther Vandross, Superstar. Don't you remember you told me you loved me, baby? Then we also have the 6th house, and then there's a shakiness to that. 6th house represents health, day-to-day activities, hygiene routines, can also relate to pet care or co-workers, being clarified by the number 1. And it also taught you how to take care of yourself. Look out for yourself, love yourself, put yourself first. You became self-sufficient in this. So this is a complete backfire here to whatever they were trying to do with this malicious intent that they had towards you as a child here. It backfired. And they were definitely tasked with doing it. I keep seeing that little skinny white guy that wears those tennis shirts here. He could genuinely play tennis, or not tennis, golf. Golf is what I'm seeing. All right, we're being called to the little cards. We're going to pull a couple more because your girl's a little tired. I'm a little sleepy. Okay. Just a touch. You were a very loving person as a child. You were a loving child here. I see that up front already too. Let's just get a little shuffle going with this. And then they said we want to pull a couple Starseed Oracle in relation to whatever this ferocious femininity is here. Or you have this ferocious femininity about you, or very protective, royal, regal energy. The reason you are the way that you are is because you're a starseed. So don't let people tell you think you all that, or you stuck up, or, you know, take one to know one. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You're exactly who you're supposed to be because of who you are. You're just not who they think you should be, and that's what's triggering them. Something is about to be brought full circle here. The initial I is important here. Look at this. A heart and a knife. So the people who hurt you, yeah, it's messed up that they hurt you, but it worked in your favor here. It worked in your favor here. Everything's going to come full circle. You're going to understand why they were meant to hurt you. It was really for them to get out of your life here. You're going to be given the ability to fully see a situation for what it is, or fully see why things happen the way it is. You're going to get communication from the spirit realm. Something's going to come in. Something's just going to click in some sort of way. You didn't see that you were at a fork in the road. You had a situation where somebody set you up in such a crazy way here. And it was not even brought to your attention that you were being tested or that you were in danger, or that, like, whatever this is, you didn't even see it, was hidden from you, and you got out of it anyway. You didn't even know you were in it. You didn't even know you were facing something, or like, you guys, you get what I'm saying? Like, you were in such a crazy situation, and the divine didn't even wake you up to it, but you made the right choice here. Then we have this cup falling on the Page of Cups. That Page of Cups is in the reverse here. This was involving a lover. A lover did something, put you in a circumstance, and you just got out of it. You didn't even know you were in it. You didn't even know what this was. And this made this lover feel hot because something reversed onto them instead. Yep. They're sitting in whatever this is. They try to put a blockage or something in your path. This person's angry at whoever they were working with here, physical and spiritual, because they feel like, why did they not get the call? Why didn't they tell them it wasn't going to work? This is making me think of a music note. This could have somebody who's involved in the music industry. They're upset because why didn't these people tell them the truth? They told them that you were like a bad person here. They painted you to be this bad person, and you're not. That's why it didn't work. They did something in relation to whatever these people lied to this person and told them. They did something in relation to it. They try to affect your health in some ways, many of them. A lot of them, your mental health. And they did something indirectly. They believed these people. And then come to find out they were lying. But it's like, there's no honor amongst thieves. Why would you think you can trust evil, wicked people? Something healed your mental health. Something went the opposite way. So something that was meant for your bad, God used for your good here. I'm seeing a knife. Yeah, this person tried to backstab you. You were meant to experience this pain by this person for some reason. For some of you guys, this is somebody you knew in a past life. However this worked out helped you close out a past life pain. You gave yourself some of you guys, this walking away from this person was grace to your soul. Because you weren't supposed to take this person back. Getting rid of them is like you gave your, like if this person, let's say this person is somebody who like pre-transitioned you in a past life. You walked away this time and it gave your soul peace. If you were bad, it's something that would have like trapped you from being able to get away from them here. They set you up real bad, whoever this lover is. You got away from them though. This person could have took a trip. I'm saying a car to a train, to a plane, a bus to a plane, a car to the train. You beautiful girls all over the world. Look at this. Third party in the reverse. This person, but I could be chasing, but my time would be wasting. They got nothing on you, baby. This is somebody who was like a ladies' man, or you know, the vice versa to that. But not this time. Something didn't work on you the way that it worked on others. They've done this to several people here. You're not the only victim that this person has had that they've done this to, that it worked on these people. Look, they took a L when it came to you. I know that's right. Now they're at a fork in the road. Because whatever they did to your mental health is reversing back onto them. And they tried to destroy your stability. You kept your stability. You're very stable, both financially and mentally here, regardless of what your circumstances are. And it's like that backstab energy went to them, and it also hit their mental health. Let's see. If you completely flip the script on this person here, it made them feel bamboozled. For a lot of people, if you had a family member that got sick or ill or injured, this person has something to do with it. They weren't able to mark you for something. They tried to mark you in some sort of way. They definitely tried to put a target on your back for whatever your skill set is as well. And they tried to box you in. Ooh, in a rectangle. Because you're completely different than what they thought here. They thought you were one way. They recognize how two things could look the same as that, like a word, like the same word, but they're spelled two different ways. Like you showed up a certain way. They're used to that meaning that a person is this way. And now they've learned that doesn't only mean this. That could also mean this. That makes sense too. So this person went through like a major lesson here. Because how else were you able to flip the script to go in your favor? They're questioning something as well. How you were able to overcome the thing that they used to attack you here, and how you were able to bring them to karmic justice for the things that they've done. And now that backstab energy is coming back to them here. We got a couple more cards that just fell out, 3 of them to be exact. Yep, and you exposed this person as being a bad person. They had everybody trying to believe you were the bad guy. Now people know that they are. And that they had a hand in doing something. Yep. And in the process, you got to expose that you're a good person and that you are moved by the hand of God. God used you to bring this person to justice, or for people to bring this person, see how that was like in the dark to the light, for you to expose this person, that God used you to be the one to do it. Okay, let's get some initials here. I heard the letter P just came out. What was that? An X is here. The letter C is here. Jeez Louise. The letter K is here. Jeez Louise. Somebody's scared. The letter M is stuck. Somebody with the letter M is stuck. First, middle, last name, street name, whatever. They took an L. The letter M took an L, or somebody's name could start with an L. Or somebody's something to do with milliliters. I heard the name Val, Valerie. V is here. Victory. Veronica. Vex. Victoria. Oscar. Omar. O. October, Orion, Omar, I, which was sticking out before, Imani, Iman, an X is here, Xavier, or an ex-spouse or whatever. Somebody has questions, the letter Q, I'm seeing Kwa, Kwame, Qatar. We got 3 letters sticking out here. What are they? E is here. Y. B. S is here. Sibling could be significant. Then the letter C came out. Let's see if that's all that wants to come out. Yep. Let's see if we have any words that I can make up here. Somebody's name could be Mel. Some BS is here. Somebody's sick. Somebody likes to play The Sims. They, V-E-Y is standing out. Me is standing out, M-E. SOS. Somebody could go by the street name Oso. Somebody also goes by Bin Laden. And Qatar standing out here. Something is talking about some, somebody tried to say you were a terrorist or something in order to get you to leave somewhere. L is here. A chair. Some of you guys have somebody that's in the music industry that wants to beef with you because you got victory in a situation. They're trying to spin the narrative to make themselves seem good and you're bad. N and K here. You're very well known, or you're a lot more known than you realize you are. Somebody's name is Kim. I think about the time we met, the perfect stranger. I think about us. Let's pull a couple places. See what we get. I'm seeing Oregon as well. Somebody could be from Oregon. I found out what I've been missing. Always on the run. That says the Atlantic Ocean. That came out. Somebody wants to take a trip somewhere. I'm seeing a cruise ship. Somebody could be from Kentucky. Somebody from Kentucky may want to take a cruise trip somewhere. I'll go with them. Somebody's the key to something. Let's see what this is. Somebody could be from Kosovo. I'm hearing Gustavo or something like that. Or Kostabi. Somebody could be from Spain. Well, they come through cards, but they ain't showing up on the screen. There's a Vietnamese person that's symbolic here. Or somebody could be wanting to go to Vietnam. Somebody's saying something is worldwide. Something is happening all over the world. A private island. Maybe something that could be doing something to do with Epstein. A lot of stuff going on. Stay out these streets, y'all. Hokkaido, Japan here. I heard kamikaze. Something is going on here that they're not reporting on the news. That just stuck out to me. I heard, geez Louise. Missouri is coming out here, or some people are miserable. I'm only gonna pull 2 more of these. Remember earlier I said Qatar? Look at it sticking out. It's even unwrapped by itself. I didn't even unwrap that. And we're gonna do 1 and we're gonna do 2. Somebody's Ecuadorian. Some of you guys need to watch out for a coworker. That just stuck out to my head. And somebody's from Trinidad or Tobago. That's also here, right? Some of you guys need to watch out for a past lover you dated. That was from another country. And yeah, I'm done. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Honey the Shaman here. If you want to figure out how to get a reading from me, click the link in my bio or email me at honeytheshaman@gmail.com. And I'm grateful I was able to do a reading for you today. And later, friend. Okay.